Capitol.
Congressman Rugerman, I want to pick up on what you were saying about Liz Cheney, because Congressman Kevin McCarthy had warned his members to, quote, cut the crap and stop attacking each other. And then Matt Gaetz went to Wyoming and held a significant rally against Liz Cheney. This wasn't just a handful of people. There were hundreds of people there for his rally against Liz Cheney. Do you think that she is going to survive this?
Well, she did get almost 70% of the vote. I think it's going to be a fight. And if you have people like Matt Gaetz going down there and doing those type of things where he's rallying up the crowd like this, I think that's a real issue. And, you know, again, I was shaking my head while I was watching this, and you probably were too. I mean, we're in Wyoming, and this, you know, you have this individual who looks like he's dressed like an extra from Dead Poets Society, you know, screaming about Liz Cheney, you know, in Wyoming. And Liz, you know, has done incredible things for that state. And again, watching this, Donald Trump Jr. called into that rally. And Kevin McCarthy was with Donald Trump while this rally was happening. So I don't know how honest, you know, Kevin was being about those not speaking out against other members when it looked like some kind of coordinated action in Wyoming with the dump about some kind of ridiculous survey that most of the voters were against Liz, 500 people from a Trump-specific PAC that was doing polling there. All of this just sounds like, you know, an oppo dump that was sort of rehearsed. It was coordinated. And all this was done just to get at Liz Cheney for her vote for impeachment. So it's pretty easy to see this when you've been in politics and intelligence, when you see sort of a coordinated action like this. So I wasn't that surprised by it. And Matt Gaetz has never seen a camera he didn't like, so it wasn't a surprise that he would be doing that.
Congressman Auchincloss, let me ask you a question about relief that millions of Americans are waiting for. You just talked about bipartisanship in a different setting. The White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki was asked by our Caitlin Collins yesterday, would President Biden sign a relief bill that didn't have Republican votes? As you sit here today, do you think that he should commit to signing or to not signing a bill that isn't bipartisan?
Well, I think that's a question for President Biden, but I can tell you from my seat, I think a relief package that has bipartisan support is going to be a better, stronger relief package, but we're not going to wait on it because Americans and small businesses and local governments are struggling right now, and we need to get something fast. And as your previous report raised, we're now in a race between vaccines and variants, and we need the money to produce a vaccine supply fast enough and to get it into arms fast enough that we can outpace the variants. So this is becoming a matter of life and death as well as a matter of livelihoods, and we just can't wait on the GOP to come around to what is so clearly necessary.
And we're going to talk about that in 1 second. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Really great to get your perspectives.
Thanks for having me.